Please ignore how tired I look because we have something very important to talk about today. We need to talk about Tamagotchi Paradise, the mystery that surrounds it, and the excitement of what we might find out today. Earlier this year, Bandai filed a trademark for Tamagotchi Paradise. So we've gotten to see this new Tamagotchi Paradise logo, but that's about all that we have officially heard or officially seen because Bandai didn't technically announce that out to the community. It was just a trademark filing that someone found online. Since that filing was found, there's been a bunch of buzz in the community for what could Tamagotchi Paradise be. A lot of the conversations I've seen online, some people are thinking this sounds like a game, whether that be a mobile game or something like Tamatown. I personally hope it's something like Tamatown, something that allows a little bit more connectivity with the devices that we carry around with us every single day, but that's all speculation because we really just don't know. So let's talk about what came to light yesterday within a Tamagotchi Facebook group. And this, I don't know, I almost debated on not even mentioning this because I kind of question its legitimacy. Did I say that right? I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure if it's legit. And if it is legit, I'm not sure if we're interpreting the information in a correct way. So this is a post that I read last night in the Tamagotchi Collectors Facebook group. It reads, "Recently, listings have popped up for Tamagotchi Paradise on a Malaysian toy site, confirming that this is an actual Tamagotchi V-Pet that is going to release in August of this year. This listing includes 3 shells and a couple of accessories." And then there's a list here: Tamagotchi Paradise, Pinkland, Blue Water, and Purple Sky shells, as well as 3 different carrying cases and 3 different lanyards. That is just a text image. It's just an image of text. So that doesn't really confirm anything. The individual who posted this was also kind enough to share a link to this Malaysian toy website, but there's just more confusion that comes from this link. This link said that pre-orders end by the 28th of February, 2025. Well, that's been here and passed a while ago. It's already May. So that date doesn't sound right unless it was maybe a date for wholesalers, but even that, it just doesn't quite make a lot of sense. I am also just straight up not familiar with this website to say if I personally would consider it to be legit or not. And then the third piece of information that we have about Tamagotchi Paradise is that there is going to be a Tamagotchi comic book, a part of Free Comic Book Day, and there might be some information in that book about Tamagotchi Paradise. Well, lucky for us, today is May 3rd. It is officially Free Comic Book Day. It is a little after 9 o'clock. My local comic book store opens at 10 o'clock, so we need to see if we can find this Tamagotchi comic so we can get some more information about what's next. I'm really hoping that my comic book store will have this. I know they are participating in Free Comic Book Day. If they don't have it though, we'll just have to try to find some pictures of it online, but either way, I really want this piece for my collection. I got here just a couple minutes after they opened, and they did indeed have the Tamagotchi book we were after. I am so excited. On the table of comic books, this was the pile that was the smallest. I'm wondering if maybe they didn't order too many Tamagotchi books, not knowing how popular they would be. So I'm glad we got here exactly at a good time, first thing in the morning, so we were for sure able to get one of these books. I've already skimmed through it a little bit, and there are a couple hints of what we might see, but this book unfortunately doesn't really confirm anything. At least from my perspective, it's not confirming anything. Let's get home and I'll show you a little more about it. Let's take a closer look. First, let's talk about what this comic book doesn't do. This comic book does not confirm a new device. This comic book does not provide any release date for any upcoming Tamagotchi games or devices, but it does kind of lean in and confirm, or at least add to the speculations that we spoke about earlier today. So the first half of this book is talking about the current Tamagotchi Planet and how it has evolved over time. This is absolutely one of the coolest pages. It even shows the Tamagotchi IDL, which was a Japanese only release, so it's super cool to see that in an English comic book. The book goes on to explain that with everyone's love for Tamagotchi, a new Tamagotchi planet is born, and I believe that new planet is what will be known as Tamagotchi Paradise. So to me, this comic book is confirming that we have some type of new location that the Tamagotchi world is expanding to. Earlier, we spoke about the speculation that there will be 3 shells or types or something with Tamagotchi Paradise, and this book confirms that there will be 3 of whatever that is. So you can see on this page we have 3 lines of graphics: water, land, and sky. I love this concept so much, and it just makes me so excited for whatever is next. I love anything water, anything like aqua life, mermaids, anything like that. So this top line of the water species, I'm obsessed with already, and I really, really hope this is a raisable pet. That would be so exciting. There's not very much to the actual content of the comic book. It's essentially just introducing this new planet, but the end of kind of the little story, one of the last things that it says is, "That's our report on the new Tamagotchi planet. We will continue researching this interesting planet." So that tells me that there is something more that will be built off of this. Also, after the story ends, there's this page that shows 9 new characters, and this is where I got that term species that I used a minute ago. 3 characters are the land species, 3 are water species, and then 3 are that sky species. Then the last couple pages we have of the comic book are essentially ads of showing upcoming collectibles, which I love to see, but it really is just kind of an advertisement. Though I am looking forward to these Tamagotchi nano blocks. I'll definitely be talking about those on my channel. So in addition to the 3 character species, we also get a glimpse of something that seems to be a new type of hardware. In a few places, the book shows this antenna with this turnable button on it. It almost looks like the crown on an Apple Watch. And the book is very intentional to show us that this piece turns. Because the book is so intentional about this, I don't think this should be ignored. This makes me think that we will see this feature in a future Tamagotchi. However, this feature just seems really, really odd to me. If I was going to say what feature I would like to see next, this just would have never came to the top of my mind, but maybe that's what's exciting about it. If this is indeed what we're going to see in future hardware, that means Bandai is really thinking out of the box with what they are doing with Tamagotchi, with how they are evolving the Tamagotchi line, which is awesome. It seems like in this last year, Tamagotchi has just exploded across the United States. That's where I live. I'm not sure about any other countries, but it seems like we're suddenly, after all these years, getting flooded with new Tamagotchi products, new Tamagotchi excitement. It's just something totally different than what we've ever seen before, and I could see a piece of hardware kind of adding to that. Here's another picture of that potential hardware. Another thing that I am personally really hoping for, we talked about at the beginning of this video that Tamagotchi Paradise, that kind of sounds like Tamatown. I would love to see an interactive online game that you can play alongside a portable device. And I'm not talking about what the Uni has given us. I do really enjoy the Uni events, the Tamaverse events, but I'm not so much in love with playing them on the little device. I would love to have a computer, an internet world that would allow us to interact with our Tamagotchi more. If I had to make a prediction though, I would say that it's not going to be that. That kind of goes against what I just said about Bandai really thinking out of the box. Are they really going to go backwards and bring back a fan favorite, or are they going to go forward and build something new with this very, very interesting hardware? And I guess only time will tell, and the waiting game, in my opinion, is just the worst. I just want to know right now. I think the community is really itching for something new. We're itching for what's next. No more OG shells, no more new connection shells. Let's get this new device going. Please let me know in the comments below your thoughts on my predictions, your own predictions, and let me know if you were able to get your hands on this Tamagotchi Paradise comic book. If you haven't already, please also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming virtual pet and other collectibles content. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in my next video. This is my first time filming with my upgraded vlogging setup. I am not brave enough to bring it into the mall with me. When I was in high school on a marching band trip, my friends and I were hanging out in a mall and I was taking pictures of them and I got yelled at by a mall cop. So ever since then, I have been way too scared to take photos and videos inside of malls.